Or I could use the elimination method again. Imagine that. If I wanted to use elimination or substitution, it's up to you. But here's my two equations. I'm going to use elimination method. I'm writing down the original equations. If I want to eliminate the y's, I must look at the coefficients and think, what is the LCD for the y's? And for this y and this y, the LCD would be 6. Because 6 could be divided by 2, 6 could be divided by 3. So what do I multiply this by right here to make it a 6? And we would multiply that by 3. So I'm going to put a 3 here, put a parenthesis around this whole left side, and I'm going to multiply this side by 3 also. That's going to cause me to get a coefficient of a 6 for this y. Now I want to make this a 6, but not just a 6, but I also would love to make it a negative 6. So we know multiplying this by 2 turns that into a 6, but if we multiply by a negative 2, what happens is very special. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6y. Make sure you multiply this side by negative 2 also. That negative 2 has nothing to do with that negative 2. That was just there from the beginning. So when I distribute the 3, I'm going to get 9x for the first equation plus 6y, and 1 times 3 is 3. And in the second equation, I'm going to get negative 2 times 4x, which is going to be negative 8x. And negative 2 times 3y is going to be minus 6y. And negative 2 times negative 2 is just 4. Now do you notice what happened to the y's? You got 6y's here and minus 6y's here. So when I add those two equations together, 9x's minus 8x's is going to be 1x. 6y minus 6y cancels. And 3 plus 4 is going to be 7. So x is 7, y is negative 10. I hope that made that somewhat easy for you. I'm going to ask you to do... Hold on a second. I'm going to ask you to do an assignment from section 6.3. It's going to be on page... Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. I am my own cameraman now. Okay. I'm going to... Oh, there it is. Oh, hello. 6.3. It's going to be on page 378. And it's going to be numbers. You ready for this? All you got to do is please try to do, if you don't mind, seven. Yeah, 7 through 26 odds. Here. 1. Copy the problem. Show your work. Circle your answer. If you are doing the elimination method to get your first answer, and you want to mix it with the substitution method at the end, I don't care. I just want you to get to the right answers. So please get started. I will return and you'll see me on Monday. Keep your work, keep your take-home test, keep everything with you and turn it in Monday. I will personally collect it Monday. I will collect all your work. I'll also be here Friday after school for a little while. No, not Friday after school. I'm going for burritos. So listen, have a great weekend, and please behave. Get busy right now. You have almost a whole hour to do your work. Get started. Please work together. And if you finish this, then finish your take-home quiz. If you finish that, make sure you finished your graphing problems. Do what you got to do. Get your work done. Do not give your substitute a hard time. I'm going to get you started. I'm giving you a chance to take out your work. You should have copied this already. I'll start number 7 for you. Number 7. I know you're saying to yourself, oh, that's easy. 3x plus 3y equals 27. And then x minus 3y equals negative 11. And if you're using the addition method, or actually the elimination method, what's going to drop out automatically? The y's. So 3x's plus 1x, remember there's a 1 there, that's 4x. 3y minus 3y cancels, goodbye. And 27 minus 11, what is that? 16? And then just divide by 4. Divide by 4. We get x equals 4. Once you get x equals 4, you could use any method you want to find the other variable. If you want to copy down the second equation, x minus 3y equals negative 11, substitute. If x equals 4 and you got an x right there, what could you replace that with? A 4 minus a 4 and minus a 4. Negative 3y equals negative 15. Divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. Y equals 5. Hello. Oh, there it is. I'm going to show you one little thing that I need to show you before I go, and I'm signing off. This is important. Make believe you're solving a system of equations and you get a situation such as this. And you say, oh, I could add those in and everything's going to cancel out. If the x's cancel out and the y's cancel out, you end up with a big fat 0 here. And what's negative 8 plus 8? Oh, that's going to give you a 0. Here's the deal. When both variables cancel out and you end up with a statement that is true, now listen again. When both variables cancel out, you're going to end up with a statement that's either true or false. Since 0 equals 0 is a true statement, the solution is infinite. Solutions. Because every point will work. However, suppose you have a one like this. 16x minus 3y equals 4, and then you got negative 16x plus 3y equals 6. And you're like, oh, I can cancel these out. If I add these two together, the x's cancel out and the y's cancel out. So what are you left with on this side? That's right, a 0. But 4 plus 6 is not 0, it's 10. So what do you do when both variables cancel out, but you're left with a false statement? What does that mean? Well, I'm going to give you demonstrations in class what it means with some depth. But for your purposes, it's going to be no solution. In other words, that happens. No solution happens. No solution happens when, since a solution is a place where two lines intersect or touch each other. If there's no solution, that means that the two lines are obviously parallel, which we'll talk about more in school. Yeah, that was my hand. So if there's no solution, that meant that the two lines are parallel and they never touch. We'll talk about this in class as well, but if two lines, if it's infinite solutions, then what that means is they're both the same line. They both are the same line. So they lie on top of each other and, well, hold on a second. Being the same line, they have infinite solutions. And we'll talk about that in class as well. So thank you. And once again, if both variables cancel out and you get a true statement, infinite solutions. Both variables cancel out but you get a false statement, it's no solution. And once again, here's your assignment from 6-3. Right there. And here's your assignment from 6.2. What that is, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's from the other day. Okay. So, what am I doing? 6-3. Good luck. Good luck. I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Please do your work. Listen to your substitute teacher. Behave. I'll bring in treats if you get your work done. All right. Bye, everybody.